I'm not sure what I said, but we're live. Gotta keep up. Gotta keep up. Let me go
Yeah.
over there. T. I type in T in the search bar of Facebook, and the Dandy House comes right up.
I finally got your thing. Two of
What?
them, middle of the week chat on Facebook, and then YouTube came up.
Oh, oh.
Here, I'll
So
open you.
I finally got them, but
I said,
I can't see messages on my phone. So
I said, let's chat. It doesn't necessarily need to be about the paranormal, but I'm sure it'll end up there. Actually, it's not good. It doesn't have to end up there. We're already getting viewers because they're coming in quick nowadays. Um, no, we're just I'm sure the regulars will hop in. Nancy doesn't have nothing to do, so she'll hop in. Kelly, I'm sure, will jump in while she's making a necklace or something. What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Oh no, Sophia. Hi,
Oh,
race dude. What's going on, Kyle? How
hey,
are you,
Kyle,
sir?
here.
Scott Lewis, how is it going with you?
Scott.
That's kind of a new name, I do believe. I mean, I know who you are, Scott, and everything, but funny you say Scott. I'd like to see the Scott guy come in from Florida. I told him we might be live tonight, so hop in. He's a
Florida.
director, writer, producer, and he's on his third episode of. I forgot the name of it now. I'm embarrassing myself. Something Summer, something Summer. That Sean Penn was in a movie of the same title.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, and I
It's
can't
a
think of it.
remake?
No,
cool.
his is just the same title,
Oh,
whole different concept of the
here's
movie. What do you want?
You don't
the
have any
haircut.
there.
Hi, David. David. Hey, let's go play some Wreckfest.
You haven't done that in a
Yeah,
long time.
smash up derby.
I know it. It's you're gonna make Brock and his fiance, as in going to be a pair. Oh my God! Can you imagine the offspring with Brock? Oh dear,
Oh
they're gonna
Lord.
be racing at the age of 3. All right, you know what? I'll open the app on Sunday and see if you're there. And if you are, I might fire up the PlayStation and jump on. I miss it. I do. I miss racing with you guys.
Even though it did cause your trigger finger.
Yeah, they still they haven't they've never they improved. And look at this, both of them, Jonathan, both middle fingers lock up still.
You have to
And
use
I have
lotion.
Is it worth it?
lotion. It's not going to hurt them any worse. It really isn't. But lotion is not going to work.
Oh, what was that stuff you said I was supposed to buy?
Oh well, I'm not going to say it live. I'm not doing that live. I'm sorry. Oh, the stuff for you, absorbing Junior.
Absorbing Junior. Okay.
It's not as messy as Ben Gay that you put on because that's really sticky and
Oh,
oily. And
All right, Junior.
something about Junior. Okay.
what time do you get on, David? What time are you out there? And do you stay on for a period of time? I wouldn't want to get out there for like 20 minutes and then get depressed because you leave. Anybody else get out there when you're on any of the regulars? Brock keeps saying he's going to buy it again. He doesn't have it. Race Dude probably doesn't play anymore. I know Junior probably still gets out there and races. Junior's remarried too. I like those apples.
Good God.
See,
Not your
that's
Junior.
wrong.
No.
Plum
No.
crazy. Okay, I figured Plum would always be out there. It's really funny, Jonathan. It's really odd because the guys that I raced with were all professionals. I mean, some own their own businesses. Some are. There was one lawyer that he could not go without racing.
Right.
All kinds of. I mean,
I
we
believe it.
never we rarely played with any kids. They say gaming is for kids. I think the youngest. Well, right there, race dude. He's still in high school.
I know once,
Oh yeah.
that you had a kid come on and
Oh,
you
yeah,
had me talk to him.
we had a I think he was 9 years old. I'll tell you what, that kid could race. He could knock us off the track. But he would sit there and just scream. And then what was the uh, race dude would remember? What was the one name um, of the one problem one mentally challenged? I really liked her. Everybody thought it was a guy. I can't think of her name, but anyhow, it was fun.
These are
Yeah, I remember some lady on there.
Well,
Oh,
how
we
long
had
has it been since you played? A year?
uh, pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, it must be.
you. Reaper chick was a girl.
Reefer chick, yeah. She's Granny Mel. That's it, David. Granny Mel. Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
I can't remember what she finally told everybody she had, but oh my, I used to mimic her and everybody would laugh and then I would beat them in the race because they were crashing their cars because they couldn't drive. But I like Granny Mel. I really did. I like, it's nice that she could get out there and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Find a game.
Hmm?
Huh?
I was going to say we should find a game that we can all play.
We
I don't have
should.
a PlayStation, but poker.
Yeah,
Link doesn't play poker.
Yeah, speaking of that, I lost 9 million today.
Oh
Just
my
before I went
God.
live. I lost 9 million in the game. I was playing $1 million Hold'em and Omaha or not tournaments, but spin and goes. Wow, did I lose it in a hurry?
Here,
And
let's
I
see.
lost it to bad beats every single time.
Huh.
They hit the river, or I would be second best. I'd have sevens full of jacks, and they'd have nines full of jacks or something. I tell you, it was horrible.
What everybody have for supper?
That's a good idea. What did I have? We had
I had steak, smoked steak.
smoked ribs actually. Well, it was steak, but it was ribs. It was ribs, wasn't it? Ribs.
Dad said steak.
Okay, well, it was smoked anyhow. Do a poker game in the Hinsdale house. I'm the only one that knows how to play poker. I've been doing that since I was a teenager. But Link doesn't know nothing about poker.
You pick it up quickly.
Oh,
Should be able to.
I do.
And I won't play checkers.
I will.
Yeah, she
Whatever.
will. Her and Corey can play checkers.
yeah.
And then we turn into
And
a
move
pillow fight.
sideways. Whoever taught them, Jonathan? Have you ever been able to move sideways on a checkerboard? These
No,
guys,
you move and jump diagonally.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I thought.
Well, Corey and Marty's daughter and Marty were all going sideways.
Wow.
Hi, Kelly. I told you Kelly'd be in here shortly.
Till around midnight. Why?
What happened?
Haven't
I
eaten
never
yet.
heard of moving sideways on checkers.
Geez, David, you need to eat before now. I'm hungry actually. I didn't eat very much. Hi, Kelly. Hey, look at that, Kelly and Kelly.
Kelly.
Uh, I find it a very long time before June.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And if things can work out, I'm hoping to get up there at least 20 times before you get here.
Wow.
Shit.
I'm working on it.
Wow.
I'm doing everything down here. Jonathan, some guy, and there's 16 watchers. I got to tell you this because this is really driving me nuts. Well, okay, Illinois. So your Central Time, you're an hour behind us, David. It's 9:02 here right now. Is it 8:02 your
Hand off
time?
head.
There's a guy on eBay selling pre-1965 nickels for $31 a roll. He's got 16 watchers on the posting, and I'm thinking, why are these people? But the average is $6.99 with like $3.95 shipping. I've got three boxes, 3 cigar boxes of pre-1960 nickels.
Yeah.
And if I sold them, that's probably between among the three boxes would be probably around. I'm gonna throw a guess out and say 110 rolls of all of them.
Uh-oh.
At $6.99 a roll, and then minus 15%, they pay the shipping. That's not too bad. I don't. What are they? They're not any good.
But do you think you'll get $6.99?
Everybody else's. I went through the sold
Really?
items. And there's tons of them.
Well, yeah, and this other guy's selling it for 31.
He'll never. Why are there 16 watches? That's the only thing I was more interested in.
Yeah. People are thinking, no way.
Maybe see if he actually sells.
Yeah, exactly. I sometimes
Well,
do that.
But if his is 65 and newer, and yours is 60 and newer, shouldn't yours go for
60
more?
and older.
Older.
60 and
Or
older.
60 and older, right? Shouldn't yours go for more?
No, I don't think so because the mint is between 1960 and 1960. He's selling them at 63. 63 and old. No, it was 65, wasn't it?
Yeah, 65. So
The mintage between 60 and 65 are pretty darn even. They're not any more of a rare. They're not rare enough, and they sure as heck. None of the 60 coins are worth anything. And the only thing I even pulled this, hi Hector.
Hi, Hector.
The only thing I pulled the 60s out for anyhow are for the bar zero, the cud on the
Yeah.
rim.
I'd like
Other
to find
than
some
that,
older
well,
ones, like
yeah.
pre-50s or pre 1950. No
Yeah.
war nickels. Just to see if I can find a Henning.
Oh, I try. I haven't gone through any of these either to look for that.
Oh, you should get those.
And the Henning, the Henning's got those key little errors on the letters.
Yeah, the R in pluribus has the
Yeah.
little loop in the leg.
But my God, I've got so many. And what is it? There's actually 6 years or 5 years of Henning. I can't remember. Tell me.
5 years.
5 years.
Hey, hi,
He
Hector.
counterfeited nickels. Like this guy counterfeited nickels. Millions of them, I guess, or at least
Well, a
several
lot. Yeah.
thousand. And it would just be great to find one because they go for a pretty good penny, one nickel. And I guess
$100 anyway.
did he melt them down or did he melt them, destroy them, got rid of them, something?
The Secret Service Treasury Department got wind of it. He dumped them in a river in New Jersey,
Okay.
but he put a lot of them in the bank. I mean, he cashed them
yeah.
in, so that's how they
There's a lot of them
ended up in circulation. Yeah.
And people aren't going to look for those. Most
No.
collectors, of course, probably would, an afterthought, look for them.
Right.
But they wouldn't go to the bank, get a box of nickels, and say, "I got to find one of them Henning." They don't do it.
Right. I think that'd be fun because it's like I said, only 5 years, and hey, if you find one.
In the 39, well, the war nickel, that's going to be rare to find in circulation anyhow. You find maybe one on average in a box.
Right.
Up to 2,000 nickels. I think that was my average, but even then it wasn't because I've gone through 10, 12 boxes in a row and not found any war nickels.
Wow.
And then you find 3 in a box, and then 2 in a box, and then none, and then 4, and then none, and none, and none forever. It's a weird hobby.
Have my cheat sheet. It's a 39, 44, 46, 47, and 53. Those are the known ones.
Wow.
Okay. And the 53, that is 1 year that when I did go through my nickels and found a 53, I'd always double check it to make sure. But they're all in boxes. They're every one of those 53s, 44s, all of them. Well, not the 44. Well, yeah. They're all in boxes. So
you could be sitting on thousands. No, probably not.
It's possible. You never know. Well,
Never.
I showed I was going to go through these and roll.
Oh, don't get a hernia.
This is the first one that I started, but these are all, I'm not sure. No, these are all 40s. These are all, listen, but I've got 3 boxes of 40s.
All right. Pull up the 46s and 47s.
And the first one I saw when I lifted the lid was a 46. How do you like that?
Hand it over to Sophia.
Right.
46 and 47, Soph.
Well, now they moved, but it's one of these that are up.
Okay.
Face it up.
Yeah, she needs a big ass table and get to work.
One of those right here that's facing up is a
1946 and
It's
1947.
not even work. I
One
called
that's-
it work, but it's not work.
they spilled a little bit when I
Treasure
moved.
hunting.
Yeah,
I can't see.
No.
you
The
can't
date
see.
there.
I don't see it.
So, Link, when you get to the Dandy House in June,
That was a 46, but I opened the
what's the first big
1947.
investigatory
46?
activity that you're going to do?
Oh, he did.
Is that
Well-
it? There's no 47, honey.
Kim is going to be there, and she wants to do Estes and general
Right there.
investigative tactics that Paul doesn't
1946.
like.
Okay. I
Like
knew
what?
it slid.
You know, like
God,
stuff he
that
doesn't like. You
Like
know,
the divining rods or things like that? Dowsing
yeah,
rods?
Hey,
or
Marcy.
a pod or any of that stuff.
Okay.
He doesn't like anything that's new. You know,
Give
so
me
maybe
my-
we should do a séance and hold hands. You know, and bring back the 20s. Well,
All right. She found it. It slid toward the edge of the box.
Oh, he's got his.
good. I'm happy she found it. Yeah, he doesn't like any of that stuff, but that's what she wants to do, and I have no problem with that because none.
You see my eyepiece anywhere?
I mean, if we don't get anything, we don't get anything. But if we get
Just
intelligent answers or whatever that's called, with majority of things that we're talking about,
hi, Robert and Marcy.
I consider that success because that's so rare. Like with Estes, you know, I have said this over and over and over, and I am so sick of saying it, but so many of the words that him and I get are not even on the radio.
Mm,
So,
Yeah.
as a rule, you know, swear words aren't on the radio, you know, this, that, and another thing. I'd have to go back and look at my Estes.
I
And
like
then
Marcy's
when
idea.
When you get answers, you know,
Did you
or
s-
what?
Did you say you're going to do? Okay. Last year, you did, and you recorded it live on YouTube. The Dual Estes. Something happened to it.
Right.
Disappeared. Are you going to do that again?
Yeah, I got new headphones and I got a booster. Yeah, so I've been working on that one individual thing. I got a booster because when you connect two headphones to one little radio, you lose the volume to both
See
headsets.
that?
So
Right.
I got an amplifier,
You see that R?
a new headphone set. One set is
That's the key.
my heavy set that
You
I
find
used
that?
that I
You gotta
used a long time ago for stereo and
From this guy.
Koss brand, and
This doesn't have it.
it's real quiet. You can't hear,
So it's just
you know, outside
A regular
of them. And so I got a new set of that. I got a booster, an amp, and the proper wires so that it's stereo on both headsets. Because a lot of times when you connect all that crap together, you're only going to get one ear. And I didn't want that. I wanted it stereo
Yeah.
all the
see
way.
there it is, honey.
Yeah.
So it took me a lot to
like a
find
test.
all that stuff and
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
from a bad
I'm done
die.
with that. Now it's all
Every
packed
nickel
up and ready to go.
Who made did that.
And the way that works is, say, with the three of us, I'd ask a question, you'd have the headphones
look.
on, Paul would have the headphones on, I'd ask the question, and you would both say what you hear on the
Yeah,
radio,
and then it's,
simultaneously listening to the same frequencies.
and what I had done was
Hands
I
a lot
put,
to talk.
well, you know, the picture when you're in Clara's room, you can see inside Laura's room and Mary's room. So if there's one person on each bed, and if you're close enough, you can hear their answers. And then if they both say
There's
the same
one
answer that they heard, you
Yeah.
know, then-
One of you has to sit in the closet.
I'm sleeping in the closet the 22nd, which is
Well, I was
also-
thinking for this dual Estes, one of you should be in the closet, and one of you
yeah, I
should
mean, one
be.
can be in the
Oh,
closet,
yeah.
but you wouldn't be able to have the camera on both though, because I don't have a front and back facing camera.
Oh, I gotcha.
But that's why we had one person on Laura's bed and one
Look at that
person.
price, Jonathan.
One person. What the hell's that?
Oh my! Was that a completed auction, or is that just a?
I don't know. I think it's a listing. I do believe.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I've seen them listed $100, $150, $200.
Well,
Oh, off he goes. Well, that'll be exciting, Link, to do that.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
and I was told that when Junior was in Mary's bed and I was in Laura's bed, 3/4 of the answers that
Excuse me.
3/4 of the answers were the same.
Oh,
So it's not like people are lying,
right.
Well, I guess they could be lying, but
Well, that's why I thought it'd be interesting to have one person have the headphones on and the other person, well, there wouldn't be another person, just have the radio so people who watch the replay can hear. But then that'd be difficult because you have to be listening to the person responding and what's coming over the radio and
right.
interpreting
And I
that.
have been watching and watching and watching to see if anybody has come up with a way to do that, and I haven't seen it.
What I'm doing.
Because the radio makes a lot of noise, and like when you answer,
All right, David. Thanks for coming in.
When you answer something, the next words could be or more could be coming through, and you probably wouldn't hear what the person's answer was if that noise was too loud.
You got to keep your chat on, just so we don't see people scroll up at the top and then we don't get to them. Marcy said, "Oh, geez, where did she first say it?"
Gonna find someone to do that.
Well, before that, I just want to spend the night without phone apps and listening. Well, the phone apps is Marcy, as far as I'm concerned, are nothing but a novelty. They don't do anything.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that
you
way.
can't find someone to do that. Just go up there and sit and I said that I've done thousands of times. We never had meters. We always had a camera, and occasionally we used to have
something.
Look what she found going through my random boxes, Jonathan.
What's that?
What is that? Oh, my little tag.
Yeah, it's a 1967 40% half that I won from one of your things.
Oh, that sounds like a poker tournament. Cards for
Oh
coins,
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Didn't we do that? 40%ers?
Yep.
Hector,
Yeah,
you do
camera,
stay safe.
recorder, and Estes. Marcy says camera, recorder, and Estes. I use my senses. I use a camera. I don't care about K2s. I don't care about ghost boxes. I don't care about.
Right.
Although you're using a ghost box with the Estes.
Yeah.
So I'm still, right there on the margin of well, let me just say that, okay, maybe they can indeed communicate through the white noise, but too many people, and I've proven it with 3 Estes boxes, too many people have said any name that comes through is the spirit giving the name. No, it's not. And you can't think that way. You can't let everything open as one answer to it. Because remember the thing we did with the boxes, and we heard the same inflection, same voice saying Bob. And then going back through the recorder that was recording radio stations, 2 recorders that were recording the 2 strongest radio stations. Bob is the name of the country station in Salamanca. And then when you listen to the commercial and you listen to the voice that came out of the box, identical. The same voice, same inflection, same word. So you can't always say, if you hear a name come through, it's always a spirit, because it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Could be a advertisement for somebody.
Well, of course, because you are picking up snippets of radio stations.
Yep. That's why I like
remember,
EVPs.
Yeah,
so
I
1
remember
ounce round Canadian coin.
When you and I did that, you felt threatened for the ladies at the property.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm just going to say this straight up. I don't know what you heard on the radio that threatened ladies in general.
I remember.
I don't remember what he heard. I don't know what he heard, but he was afraid that the ladies were in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why, unless it's for
Go ahead.
a movie or something like that, you know, where they had an ad for a movie and it was a slasher to kill off women. I don't know what you heard. I just know that that's not normal.
That's just it. I don't know what I heard, so we don't know. We don't know.
But I know what you thought you heard at the time, and you
Right.
were so nervous about it, you wanted to end the session.
Is your computer off or on?
Off. I can move though.
No, that's all right. That's all right. But just give breaks so I can get in here.
Hector's asking about, I think, what the Estes method is and what radio you're listening to. Do you want to
Hector,
explain?
what a ghost box does, Hector, is it scans at a speed that you can set, whether fast or slow, and I want that thing to be slower, not faster.
Right.
Because I want to hear what I'm hearing, so I can deviate between that's a radio station commercial versus a help me, I don't know why I'm here. If I hear something like that, it's not a commercial.
Well,
It scans through radio stations that you're able to pick up. What I like to do is bend the hell out of the antenna. So I'm not picking up a lot of stations. So that if I do suddenly get a burst of a good, strong response, and it is a response to what I'm asking, I'm going to be 100% believer. Until then, I'm staying on the fence. I won't
that's
deviate.
okay.
That's a really good idea, Paul, to remove the antenna so you're not getting the reception. Yeah.
No reception, no radios, just white noise.
I think it's going to be called the Kenyon method now. Not the
Well, I
Estes.
could make one right now.
I
Take
think
all
you
the
should.
antennas off of radios.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Copyright, Paul Kenyon,
Yeah, copyright.
2024, the Kenyon method.
Yeah, that's what's going to go down in history. And now
You know
then
what?
you're going to have radios produced in China.
But wouldn't you agree that would reduce the bias remarkably so?
It would, and I'm not saying this to hurt anyone. Please, I don't want anybody to think that. What this old guy is looking for regarding Hinsdale is the truth and the truth only. That's all I want. I don't care about the Andover house. I don't care about the Sally house. I don't care about any other haunted location because I don't visit them. I'm sure they all have their own eerily weird things happening, but the Hinsdale house, and I call it the Dandy House for the first time in October of 1973. Tim will vouch for that. That house is screwed up, and I'd say a bigger word than that if she weren't sitting here. That house has got some serious problems, and I don't want to deal with the boss and the real antagonizer that'll kick the crap out of you. Marcy is right. I don't put antenna up at all. If you pick something up and you hear it, you are getting some activity.
Yeah.
But if you're going to listen to a whole bunch of radio stations that shoot out every word in the English language at one time or another, and you right away correlate that to a spirit trying to reach out to you, you're going to be wrong 95% of the time. I'm sorry. That's my opinion, and it's logical too.
Yeah. But with what you're saying, in my view, it's like an EVP. You're getting something. You can't say definitively where it's coming from, but you have that anomaly, and you have to say what would have possibly produced this.
Right.
I like that idea.
Well, we're going to try that too. We want to do it regularly, but I want to play this because I up the volume 500%, and you can hear it just as loud as me. Now, first of all, I had only one message sent to me and say, "Were you pulling a prank?" Me, was I pulling a prank? Listen to the EVP that we got when she was standing right next to the closet door while we were waiting to open the house waiting for Link to get there so he could say, "Hi, Link. I'm going to play this, and I want you to hear very. You don't even have to listen closely.
Right.
Let me share the screen and get this open.
Yeah, in chat, write what you think you hear.
Yeah, in
That's,
chat,
I like that.
please.
I
Because
like
Hector,
that.
I don't think has heard it. I don't know about David. Oh, David's going to play Fortnite.
All right.
Let me get this open. And I don't know why the picture on the screen got smaller. I think I when I exported it,
Oh.
when I exported this, oh God, let me just share it and shut up. Wow. When you see
That's
me
obviously
sit
what
down,
it is. What do you
listen.
mean, what the heck's that? It's over there. So,
Now,
Wow.
Play it one more time, Paul.
I
wow.
will.
That's obviously what it is. What do you mean, what the heck's that? It's over there. So,
Now, one more time. It should play again.
that's obviously what it is. What do you mean, what the heck's that? It's over there.
Yeah,
So,
you hear Paul sigh, and then it's right after that.
Right after I do that deep sigh, which I do every time when I come up from walking down the stairs because I've got COPD.
that's obviously what it
Right
is. What do
after I
you mean, what the
stop,
heck's
as soon
that?
as
It's
this
over
video
there. So,
starts right now. I do not, and I will not, and I never have ever faked anything because you don't have to.
Not there.
We did not. We did not hear that. I didn't hear it until I don't know what 5 or 6 days later. I watched it. I didn't hear it. I watched it again and didn't hear it. This is a very long video, by the way. It's probably several minutes long. I just cut this part out because it's the only thing that anything happened in.
Right.
But I want to zoom in on my face and blow it up and put that on the screen so you can see that I'm not saying anything. Because frankly, and you all have to know this, there's a lot of people out there that fake a lot of stuff. We all know it. Let's face up to it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's entertainment. But I don't entertain at the Dandy House. I take it very seriously. I do entertain when we go to bed, and this guy drives me totally insane, and I start going nuts on him, which is going to happen every time, don't I?
Well, yeah, it's funny.
It is funny. We have our fun up there.
Yeah, we have a blast.
I
You
have to go
know.
tell Lucy back.
Okay. Are you gonna be able to walk up the stairs?
Probably
Okay.
not.
You will too. It's right there, and I'm right here. So go. She comes down here all the time.
When you
And
guys were talking about
hang
her
on a
little-
minute, guys. I gotta walk her up.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Well, what I heard is the same thing I heard the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I
first time
just
saw
heard it real
and
good this time. I really
Yeah.
liked how he cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 2 words.
Yeah. I was going through it and I called him and said, I want you to listen to this. Was that you? I think it was after I got home.
Uh-huh.
And he doesn't remember me calling him and telling him, but yeah, I was going through it and I might have had my headphones on, I don't know. It was a short video. I think they weren't opening for me that day. I think they went a day in advance or something like, because I called them because I was on the road or something and I was going to be there like the next day. And so Paul and her were wandering around the countryside or whatever.
Oh.
And he wanted to go there to make sure that the place was cleaned up from the previous people.
I see.
And I wasn't showing up that night. They just went there. And I said to Paul, I said, that's probably the key. they weren't the ghosts weren't expecting anybody because Dan didn't have anybody booked that night, and they went there and got something when no one was supposed to be there.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
She is so scared to walk up the stairs when we're talking about the house. I don't
I
know
don't
why.
understand
She
that.
doesn't even believe in ghosts. She says, "I just don't believe in ghosts."
Well, she can still be scared.
Oh, what's so scary about the stairs there?
Oh, they're dark. You know, she's got once you get to the top, that the room when you get into the room, it's dark. She's got to walk through the kitchen, down the hall, past her mom's room, past the bathroom, and
And nobody's up or anything upstairs?
no, they're all in bed.
Oh,
Remember, Angel gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
oh,
Then Tim gets up. He's getting up with the kids now.
oh.
I went to bed last night at 1, and I was up at 5:45,
Yeah.
wide awake, and I stayed up.
Hello, Carol. Sean said he heard sit up. Marcy said, hi, Marcy. Marcy said sit up. Closet wanted you gone. I thought I would sit down. But
Well, I heard
more
both.
people are saying sit up.
I hear the up because if you listen to it closely,
Play it again.
you
Yeah.
hear the P. It's one of those.
Oh,
You'll hear the P. It's sit up, and there's a spit like thing there. I can't even do it right.
Sounds like the Winchester House in San Jose.
wow.
But see, I want to blow my face up. I mean, you can see. I know you can see my whole face when the word sit comes. And I think you'll be able to see whether I'm saying that or not. But I don't do those kinds of things. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna confess something. I told Link I want to fake something really, really, really cool, and then tell everybody afterwards after they get all excited and everything. But that's kind of silly. But then again, it's not silly because it would be a parody of what we're doing. When we go up there, even though we're fooling around a lot of the time and arguing, which makes it interesting.
Right.
We are there to find the truth of what, and nobody's going to find out what's going on in that house. I don't think we're ever going to know. I talked to Clara for 45 minutes tonight, and that young lady is going to be 90. I kept thinking 86. I kept thinking there was 15 years between her and I. She said, "Oh, don't you wish?" Well, I'm going to be 90. Because I even said to her, "Well, pretty soon you're going to be 87." And she says, "Oh, well, I've done that a couple of times then."
Wow.
90 years old. And I love her to death. I mean, I've known her for 51 years and I love her to death.
Yeah.
You know what, Sean? Thanks for the word simple. Because here's what Clara said. And she said, use it as a quote. This is from Clara. So I'm not saying nothing that hasn't been said, and she gave me permission. She said the house when they lived there and they went through the haunting, it was simple, and now everybody's making it so complicated. When she said that, I got chills because that's very, very true.
Yeah.
They had wonderful times up there. No activity, nothing. Beautiful, serene, country home. No neighbors to bother you. No neighbors' dogs barking. No cars going by. Once in a while, a plane goes overhead. Other than that, you hear nothing but your own thoughts. And then it happens.
Yeah, I
You'll
don't
be
know
sitting there and seeing somebody outside looking at you, and you know they're not. And the thing is about the spirits up there, for me, for Clara, for Laura, for Mary, for all of us, for the people that would visit them, they didn't see spirally apparitions, and they saw people. They never looked ghostly. I waved to Clara upstairs. She waved back. It wasn't Clara. She came around the side of the house.
Yeah.
The woman that I saw in the window, she had black hair. She looked a little bit distraught, but she looked like a woman looking in the window.
So do you think Clara thinks people bring what they want to bring, see what they want to see?
They bring what they want to bring here,
Yeah.
and they bring what they want to bring in the way of seeing something, and then their mind blows it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Because this house is haunted, and it's haunted bad, and it can be really, really bad, worse than you'd ever want to be. None of these, oh, oh, I got a touch. I'm talking bad. When this one entity,
Right.
if any of you, I pray to God you don't ever meet it, ever come across the one entity. If you have a strong heart, you'll never go again.
Right.
So you don't subscribe to the leprechaun theory.
Yeah,
I shouldn't make fun of that. Who knows whether it was up there? Could
God,
be.
I wish he was still alive. I'd love to interview him.
Oh, he probably had some stories, huh?
Oh, I'm sure he would.
Yeah.
I don't know about Clara Kelly, but I think Laura could have. Clara does too. And Clara said tonight again, and I keep asking her, please watch these lives. Clara is ill. She's not real healthy. She's got a mind that won't stop, and her memory is as infallible as anyone's at the age of 20. But she's pushing 90. But one thing she wants to be very clear about: the house took her son. She wants that to be known. The house, excuse me, took her son.
Mm.
And there's a long story behind it, and we'll get into it someday.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a tough one.
It is. As a parent, you're supposed to die first. It's like Steel Magnolias, watching that all over.
Yeah. Mike will never visit that house, no matter how many people hear his name out of Ghost Box or anything else. Clara said, my son would not go back to that house. He just would not go back there to visit. He didn't want anything to do with it once he was gone.
Mm.
Not so much anything to do with it, but he came into town anytime. He didn't run up the house to say, hey, my old stomping grounds. He didn't care to go there, and he wouldn't go there. And Randy
Yeah.
reiterated that in his
Right.
talks on last Saturday.
I would be the type of person that even if I didn't, I'd still want to go.
Yeah.
But that's my personality. That's,
Mine too, because I was at the house 3 hours after I came back after 25 years being gone. 3 hours. Within 3 hours of hitting Olean with a 24-foot U-Haul, I was at the house.
Yep.
Not with the U-Haul, just
Right.
I was there.
Yet you had to drop everything and go.
Marcy
find
says
those
she's staying
answers.
by herself. Marcy, don't you have anybody you can go up with? Did you book the house, Marcy, or what? Wait a minute. How is
Yeah.
Hector? How
Don't
is
say when.
Hector? How is he responding from YouTube? Are we live over there?
Yeah.
You're on your YouTube channel. That's the
Oh,
pop
I
up
didn't
that I
know I
have.
was live here and YouTube.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
duplexing.
I saw two come up, Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, Marcy, where are you located?
Did Randy say he wanted to come to the house the weekend
Yes.
you guys are going to be
Yes, yes.
there? That'll be interesting to
Oh, you're not far away. Then you're only an hour and 20 minutes from here, max.
West Seneca.
Yeah, Randy said he would like to. He
Hi,
would
Nancy.
absolutely. And
Very
the
kind.
thing is, since I've been here, I don't think I'll be able to be there alone at night. Sean, I didn't think I'd have a problem doing that on the 50th anniversary. I had every intention. Hi, Nancy. I had every intention of spending the night there, and I didn't have any problems from 3 in the afternoon until 11:45, and that's when it told me get the hell out of here, and I did. I know when the house. No, I know when something within the house that might be good tells me to get out because he's coming.
Paul,
I
I
hate to
can
say
help
that.
you through that. I was there 3 nights by myself. I'll help you through that, and I'll get you through that night by yourself. I'll
Yeah.
be there to help you.
Well,
he
I'm gonna
won't be
do
by
it.
himself if you're there.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna
And-
do it again.
And yeah, and we will make this happen.
Ah, so okay, Paul. If Link had been nearby that night, and maybe you've answered this before, and you called him and said, "Okay, Link, look, I something wicked this way comes. I've got to leave the house." And Link said, "Ah, I'm coming up." Would you have gone back in?
Yeah.
Or you would have no or yes?
Yeah. If
You
a
would've.
10-year-old child would have come up, I would have gone back in.
Really? Even
Yeah,
though
I
you
would've-
felt something ominous was approaching.
Yeah, because I would have told the thing to go after them.
Oh, well, that's true. That's why you have Link.
Yeah, I've already
Like that old joke, the bear in the woods, just push
I've
your friend
already
in the way and
my
run.
hand bit, my mouth burned, my leg scratched with 10 knife scratches. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but the important thing, Link, is Paul would be safe. So
right. And since he is older, it's just like he gets in the rowboat, I'll have to stay in the water. Okay.
like Titanic all over again.
Right.
He's Rose, you're what's his name?
Right. I'm hoping to hell he comes to his senses and grabs me in sooner or later into that boat. But yeah, because I'm gonna die out there.
There's something we can say right now, and it's okay to say it. And I know
What?
Dan would allow me to say this. We have something special for the house. We are going to do something special at the house, and I am not going to tell anybody.
Let that be a stringer to get
secret.
people to watch. Yeah.
It's a secret for people to say, "Holy God, I can't believe this is happening."
If it's what I think you're thinking of, that's going to be
You're
cool.
thinking of what I'm thinking of.
That's going to be really, really cool. High tech, practical, mysterious.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be
discovery.
It'll be a chapter of intrigue. A chapter of intrigue about the Hinsdale house. You notice I'm calling it what he calls it. I'll do it once in a while, but it's still a dandy house to me.
And just so everybody knows, it has nothing to do with Link streaking around the property. Okay,
Right.
He promised he wouldn't do that.
Right. I promised I'd never do that again. But I might just break that promise. And Paul's gonna get me on camera.
Look at that naked ghost.
Yeah, at night. That's worse.
White as a sheet.
Yeah.
Marcy's got a statement here. If someone will stay the night with the basics, I'd love to go with them. And she means a camera and a recorder. That's it. No other objects to aid and or hinder.
I think the Dandy House has guided overnights, so people don't have to be alone. At least I thought they had that in their sales thing. There was 2 types of overnights: by yourself or with, and I thought it was a guide or something. But
yeah, on the calendar Dan does say that.
Okay, you read it too?
Yeah.
Those might be cheaper.
I
don't know. But I thought it said something about that with a guide or something. So I don't know if they sleep, wherever you don't sleep, or I don't know how it works, because I never did that.
What have I got on my shirt? I slobbered something on my hoodie. That's a problem with having these. It catches things and then it falls. Never mind. I'm not going there.
Yeah, I'm half intrigued too. I'm like, which one of the things? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got these great big plans.
Well, the Dandies didn't need any ghost hunting equipment to experience these things.
No, they didn't.
Not.
54 years later, we have to.
We had no ghost hunting equipment when we were in the driveway the night that the 5 of us were up there.
Right.
No ghost hunting equipment when I walked up the stairs and got screamed at that was recorded.
No ghost hunting equipment in the vehicle down at the T intersection.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No ghost hunting equipment when I woke up and I had those marks on my leg.
But the good thing is the going up the stairs with 6 people downstairs all witness to what happened to me there. I had nothing, not even my phone in my hand. My phone was still in the car, uh, out in the driveway. 5 people watched it happen.
Right?
No equipment.
I'm never so lucky to have something happen where I can even get it on camera or not on camera. But, well, I guess I did get pictures of a couple things. But wasn't on camera. And that's okay.
Well, Marcy, I bet Paul would meet you up there if you go.
It all depends on the date and everything and what's
Right,
going on
right,
here.
right.
Everything that is going on here.
Right.
Can you
So
read
there,
that? Oh my God.
there may be other people that are up there at the same time that were other investigators can collaborate together, and then maybe one of those hosts stay there with everyone. I don't know if that's how it works.
Hector's been in 2 situations. Once he heard a voice while at his grandparents' house, and he was on the phone with his wife. She heard nothing, but he heard a voice. That's the other thing that is confusing for me is you don't hear it with your ears, but you record it. It comes out on digital or even on cell phone.
Mm.
Right, a different way through electronics.
But then we've heard it and never recorded it too. We've heard voices many times, all of us, but it wasn't recorded with the devices that were going.
Yeah.
The night that Tina actually started the van, put it in gear, and she spun. She didn't even look at the stop sign, went right through it at the junction there. She just flew up the road when we heard that man's voice. Sounded like he was in the van with us.
Oh my God.
It was so scary that night.
And what did it say?
Will you help me?
Oh, same thing as the lady said, huh?
Will you help me?
When
We all
Paul
heard it
was
in the
there with
van.
Tim.
We all heard it in the van, and Tina just started the van and slammed the gas pedal to the floor, ass into the van, sliding as we're going up, the edge of McMahon there.
Right.
And when we got home to her house, I turned the recorder on. There was nothing there, just us screaming. Well, Angel and Tina saying, that's it. I'm out of here, blah, 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 all this other stuff. And Angel screaming because she said it was in the seat with her, or it sounded like it was in the seat with her.
In front?
Back.
Oh, they were in the. She was in the back.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Front seat.
Right.
I heard it plain as day. Because I turned right around like this to look. Angel was right behind me. And I turned around to go look at her. And by that time, I had whiplash from Tina flying up the road. And of course, Nick was in the back seat with Angel. He was only 10 or 11. I would say, what is he? 11.
Did he hear it?
Yeah, he heard it. And he scooted up and got in between the seats of the van, was hanging on to the pump, the engine, the motor.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. The hump.
Yeah. Scared to
Interesting.
death.
Well, here's my brave armchair, empty, bravery talking. If you hear somebody saying that, instead of running away screaming, don't you want to kind of think, well, how can I help you? What do you need me to do to help you? If it's asking for your help, I know that after the fact, it's really easy to say that, but when you're there in the moment,
it's true, and that's the whole thing about in the moment. And I've gotten angry at some of the investigators on YouTube they hear a crash in the other room, and rather going to it to see what it was,
Yeah. Yeah.
they stand still, frozen, or they run somewhere else. And to hear a voice inside a vehicle, you've got an 11-year-old,
Yeah.
16, 15, 16-year-old, and then Tina and I in the front seat, and you hear a man clear as day say, "Will you help me?" Who the hell just said that? There's nobody there but us. Maybe it was somebody was standing outside the van in the middle of the woods. I don't think so.
What's the probability of that, though?
Were the
And Carol,
windows open, or was it cold time of year?
my window was all the way down. And Carol Miller, to you, Link, said, "My son, you look handsome tonight."
Oh, you're so sweet, Mom. Paul, why are you so stupid with your window open?
It was close.
It's nighttime. It's
I
it's
don't
70
care.
degrees out.
I
Who
don't.
the
That's
hell wants
nice.
to? Well, you're out in the country. You're enjoying the air. You're enjoying the night. Are you going to tell me that if you go to the house at night, you're going to roll your window up? I
I
will
usually
never
have the
roll.
window up and the air on low when I'm there.
That's because it's always hot for you.
Have
You
the
know,
window open. Have your door unlocked. You'll learn.
But
do
you
me a
bought quiet
favor.
fans, right?
Do me a
Right.
favor. I want you to see your doctor at least one visit. You go so often for hangnails and stuff. Go to your doctor.
Is your friend there? No, you're not. Oh, we're live. We're
We're
live.
live. Go to your doctor for me and say, "Doc, I have a problem." I've asked my doctor about the same type of thing, why I don't sweat in the heat, but I sweat in air conditioning, and I do. I can push mow the grass in 85-degree temperature, 80-degree temperature, 85% humidity. I don't sweat. I do not sweat. As soon as I walk in the house and the air hits me, poof, it pours out of me. So you go to your doctor and say, "Doc, I got a problem. I'm constantly hot." And he'll say, "Well, maybe you were when you were young." Never mind. You would say something like that.
Yes, I would. I said, but then that I would say, but I'm not anymore.
Okay, but just tell them that you have these.
You
Maybe you're
know,
going through menopause.
Male hot flashes.
no,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, I usually run hot, but I run hot. And when I go to bed, I'm hot. And then I find out that after I've been sleeping for 4 hours, I'll wake up because I got to walk the dog or whatever. And then I'm cold. I finally, maybe it's the blood pressure, but then it finally comes down after I've been sleeping. And then I get cold by, like 3 hours later.
All you're talking about sleeping is making me yawny.
Yes.
Well, when you were in the master bedroom and you had the air on to run throughout the night. Now, seriously, I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I was freezing to death in Mary's room. I mean, I was really cold, and I don't get cold that easily. It's got to be really cold. I was freezing with a very heavy thermal 10-degree rated below zero sleeping bag on top of me.
But it kept falling off, you said in the video.
Okay, well, when it didn't fall off me, it was on me. I should have been warm. There's the point.
Okay.
The other point is the air conditioner is blowing right on you. Oh, it's so hot in here. That's all I heard all night long.
Yeah, I know. And it reminds me of one of those, it's not a Terminator movie. Von Dam or something. Van Dam?
Van Dam, yeah.
Yeah, where he's got to get in the tub of ice.
I wish you would. Maybe you
Because
should
he's
do that
always
at your
hot,
house.
and I don't I think of that often, and yeah.
You said you have a water bed. Is your heater on the water bed on?
Very, very, very low in the winter and off in the summer.
Well, maybe you should do something that would cool you so we don't have to have fans running, even the super quiet ones that you want, because it does detract from audio recording. It does.
Well, it
Either
shouldn't
that,
from yours. It shouldn't
either
from your room where you are.
either that or not record upstairs when we're sleeping. Just let all the recorders go downstairs and let them go.
But who knows what you'd miss?
I know that's just it. We miss a lot. If those footsteps weren't so heavy when we were sleeping and snoring, we wouldn't have heard them anyhow.
Yeah.
We didn't hear the people at the door. We didn't hear the doorbell. We didn't hear them banging on the window. We
Right.
didn't hear yelling through the mail slot. You could hear the mail slot opening and closing.
Well, that was so loud on the video.
I
I
know it.
don't know how we couldn't have heard it unless we were so
Well,
exhausted.
we were exhausted from being up for a couple of nights too.
But when those people were banging the house down at 4:30 in the morning,
I know it. Yeah.
and we didn't hear that, that's just incredible to me.
Nope.
Ringing doorbells, banging on the house, banging on windows. I find that incredible.
I really wish you had footage from that night, the outside camera footage.
Oh, God.
That would have
Well,
answered that question once and for all, wouldn't it?
I asked Dan. They only keep it for so long, but you know
Yeah.
what? It doesn't. It you need to hang on to that. You really need to hang on to your video footage in case of anything.
Right. A
In
little
case somebody
longer.
breaks into a car and smashes the hell out of it or something while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
If you don't have that footage, well, guess what? You got a big bill and shit out of luck, basically.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have a camera outside in June,
Yeah.
right? So,
A camera?
Yeah. No problem.
1, 2, what, 3?
an array.
I cannot be stupid and not bring them. I cannot do that again.
You're gonna have 3 at the driveway area, right? The front part of the house.
Well, 1, 2. I think there's 2, and then there's one in the yard looking at the house from the opposite. So yeah, there'd be 3 over there. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But only one looking down the road. One looking. I think I'm looking at the driveway.
You know what you could do, Link? You could have one looking, up the road because they are night vision and they are the best cameras you can get. Up the road, and then put one maybe toward the end of the house, at the corner of the house, further closest to the pond, facing up toward the front of the house, the doorway, the side of it would get the side of the house and everything else too.
Right. And then there's the one that's by the shed.
Right.
That looks right at the driveway.
Well, that's all you need. That'll cover any direction anybody comes from that way. Otherwise,
Yeah,
they're going to have to.
It's a 90 degrees from the house, and then you got the shed, and it's that whole 90 there.
Yeah. Otherwise, people would have to come. Anybody who wanted to do anything silly or something, they'd have to come down from the gifting tree, and that would be trespassing on people's property. And
well,
most
and then there's
people
also
won't
a camera that faces toward the backyard, the back door, that trail, and it's right up by the shed. So, in theory, they really wouldn't be able to go from behind the shed and then into the backyard because then that camera would catch them.
Can you imagine if that camera were there the night that I saw the guy walk?
I know.
Yeah.
I cannot do that again.
Isn't that funny that the only time that I don't even think, didn't even
very
think about
funny
that until right now.
Are you noticing a pattern here?
Yes.
You get
It
really
seems like it.
things when your technology is not there.
Right.
It seems like, because the last time he had 16 cameras on the property and 3,000 feet of cable. You want to talk about?
There wasn't much going on outside, but then that could have been just a fluke that there wasn't. It might be the technology.
One of those nights. Yeah, it was one of those nights without activity. It happened.
Right. Or a few nights is what it was. But yeah.
I have the strangest feeling, and I'm going to go through Clara's book really quickly because I can look at the date she has. I didn't date crap, but I still remember when things happened, but not by the month.
Right.
I'm going to go through Clara's book and see if there's anything residual that might happen in June.
Oh.
I remember there were several incidents that would happen during the summertime up there. And June, summertime is not very long in New York.
Right. June, July, August.
A couple of days and it's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working from home tomorrow. I can browse through that too. I just went through the book last week and I did some markings of important things that, course,
Okay.
Jonathan here, he has a mark every 2 pages.
I know. He showed me
Oh,
my
in
book the
your
one
book,
time.
yeah.
He showed me my book. It had
Oh,
65.
and
Oh my God. Watch this. You got to see this. This is
I thought it
remarkable.
was in Clara's. I'm sorry.
This has got to be, look at
Yeah.
this.
Oh my God.
That's a
Let's see.
teacher for you.
Eeny, meeny,
That is,
miny, mo. I'll just pick a random one.
yeah. What's on
Yeah,
that
please
page?
do.
Strange feeling by the pond.
Wow.
Let's see. I'll read a little bit from Paul Kenyon's You Know They're Here. Go back a bit. As I started to laugh, the sound came again. So did the feeling. I had turned to stone. I didn't turn around and I didn't run to the car. I stood frozen in place and suddenly I was blinded by Tim, who was shining his light directly into my face. He prayed he wasn't at any moment going to yell run when the light trained on me, found its beam reflecting off something I dared not imagine. Oh, is this the photograph? The Polaroid?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay. Every hair on my body was a prickle, every sense heightened to their limits. My mind told my feet to do their stuff, but they were set in fast drying cement. Every imaginable scene from every ghost story I'd ever viewed replayed through my mind. I felt like I was drifting, being carried on the cool breeze that was at my back. Was it the breeze or was it the tip of the Arctic freeze that slapped my face that night still took me on my first journey into this haunted land? As I stood there, the air began to get much cooler, cold, and the feeling began to intensify with lightning speed. I was expecting to hear a voice once again. You know they're here too, don't you? Oh, baby, do I? And right here, right now. I wasn't alone. I knew that. There was a presence with me. The insurmountable feeling of fear was subsiding, and a feeling of profound sadness overcame me. Was it sadness for myself because I was standing here like a rooted tree,
Oh
because
my
I wanted
God.
so badly to run my ass off to the safety of the car? Or was I receiving a psychic connection from some presence that was nearby? I believe the latter because it was extremely strong. So was the initial feeling, and the only feeling of my own I was aware of was my own dark fear. The air was cold, very cold, too damn cold for such a balmy evening. I'll stop there. But
Wow.
so what was that? What I'm trying to think back to what that was.
I'm standing right there, Jonathan. You have no idea the emotion that I feel right now. It's amazing when somebody else reads my crap.
That's what I
That
just read. Zoop.
when somebody else reads what I wrote, the emotion that I feel is so much different than reading it myself. But I remember that night. I didn't know which way to turn. I kept feeling this horrible. That's what it was, sadness. And I was thinking to myself, why am I feeling sad? I'm not sad about anything. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing that I felt, not the same exact emotion, but the same sense of how I felt when I smelled the perfume August 17th.
Exactly.
I had no reason to be there. Now I'm getting chills, and I don't get chills that easily. It takes a lot for me to get hyped up about something, but I remember that evening.
Right.
Now, 50, 51, almost 51 years later, and I remember the night of August 17th last year when that perfume slapped me. Somebody's outside, maybe. Well, I'm going to go smell in the house and see if something's coming from in there. No perfume, no perfume, no perfume. Slam again. And it wasn't just a whiff of perfume. It was somebody taking perfume and spraying it in my face. And then it dissipated. I smelled all the clothes on the rack. Where is that fucking video? I can't find it. I checked both my cell phones. I was live. Oh my God, never mind. I was live. It should be on the daily page. It should be on the daily page. One of the videos on the daily page was me live that night. I walked into the house with my phone,
Yeah.
sniffing
I
for
think
perfume.
it's there. I think it's there. But it's the same thing. Then all of a sudden, you weren't happy anymore, or whatever the word was, and you went opposite.
This is what it's like. Let me try and make an analogy. All right, I'll just use it with words.
Yeah.
You're sitting here, you get a phone call. Hey, guess what? Aunt Bertha just won the lottery. No shit. Are you kidding? Oh my God. She could use the money so badly. And then you get a phone call. Hey, Johnny was just in a real bad car accident. That's the way it felt for me that night. I had the lottery. That perfume made me very almost to tears. I don't even know how to explain that, but I was emotional with happiness and glee, and I wanted to cry. And then shortly after that, it was like I got the Johnny phone call. It makes no sense.
Yeah, why would something want to do that? What would be its purpose? What would be its outcome?
Good cop, bad cop.
To screw you up, to disorient you, so something bad's you're gonna catch you off guard, and boom.
Yeah, because I think the one that is evil in the house is the one that shuts everything else off when he's there. I really, honest to God, in my heart of hearts, believe that's what it is because we can be up there at any given time and everything is fine, everything is quiet, and then you get this, you will, Jonathan, you will get a sense of happiness, a sense of belonging, and an hour later, just out of nowhere, you get the Johnny phone call.
Mm.
You get that. Why do I
Yeah,
feel so
it's
awful? Right?
horrible, horrible.
It's really strange. It really is strange, and I think it probably happens for everybody in this house if they knew how to voice their feelings, their emotions, their ideas. Because you can be in the dandy house and just be yourself, not be anything, not be happy about anything,
Right, right.
and then suddenly you get this. I'm happier than shit. Don't know why. And I think there's one particular, or maybe a couple of particular entities within the realm of the house, the property, whatever, that's around you, and it's good. But then he comes out and says, "Get the F out of here. I'm taking over. I don't like these people." And that's what happens. I hope everybody's listening to this because this is what happens in this house.
Right. And these people that go, "Oh, I think I felt something on my hand." If something like that happened to them, they would truly run and drive off without their equipment. That's what would happen to them.
Some have. I mean, they haven't gone off without their equipment, but some have gotten so scared. But that kind of thing doesn't scare you. It's the connection that this and again, remember, I have to use the word skeptic because I have to be skeptic of even my own thoughts. But
Right.
something in that house can, God, if I
Manipulate your emotions.
yeah, and if I said this with 200 people in the chat of all the people that watch all the big shows, they'd be saying you're getting possessed because somebody would throw that out there and no,
Yeah.
that's not what's happening.
Well, Paul, don't you find it interesting that we're always talking about, we
Hang on
go
a
to
second,
bed.
like hang on, we gotta jump up the chat here.
Okay.
Uh, Marcy, Claire and I just talked about that 2 conversations ago. She asked me to look at the inside of the back kitchen door to see if the dog marks because when she came home and got Mary the night she was the day she was sick, picked her up, took her back to work with her. When she got home that night, she noticed the door. The dogs had ripped that door apart, and that door is solid. It's still the same door that's there. Clara asked me next time I go up to look at the door and see if the dog scratches are still in that door because they were deep.
If it's a
So
wood door, it would be. It wouldn't. They would be.
it's funny that she brings that excerpt up from Clara's book because we had just talked about it, and I
Right.
told you guys about it that she talked about that.
Yeah.
She wants to know if the dogs are. That was in June. Oh, yeah, because Mary was scared shitless. And the script that I wrote for Bill Connolly's docu movie that never happened, we had uh, the girl was babysat by Tina. What a sweet little girl she was. She played Mary so good. And when she played the part, I felt like she was Mary because she
Wow.
had the same demeanor as Mary, very happy, very chipper, very bubbly and open all the time. And I think on the anniversary you were so high because you were looking forward to the night. And then after you smelled the perfume, it was like you crashed. That's my takeaway. Well, after the perfume, I was still happy, and I stayed that way until, like I say, about quarter to 12 when and it came on just like the perfume. The perfume came on, boom, it was there. Feeling came. I had the feeling of not being alone. I had the feeling of someone nice there, somebody happy with me. And then it was 3 hours later that I don't think it was the feeling of the bad entity. I think it was somebody, oh, geez. I think it was somebody reaching out saying, Paul, you need to leave because he's coming. I don't think he would even warn me. I think he didn't warn me in the
Yeah,
driveway.
I know.
I didn't
Yeah.
get warned in the driveway either time, the push or the punch.
Mhm.
And they were 30 minutes apart. I would say 30 minutes apart or thereabouts. And I couldn't see the comments. That night, I couldn't see any comments on either of my
Oh
phone.
God, was that frustrating?
I got a lot of messages that night, Link. I got a lot of messages that people were frustrated too because I couldn't see. I see all that people. I went back and read them. I could see them afterwards,
Right.
and people were saying I was having a panic attack. I was having shock and everything else. But and those comments are on there somewhere on the page.
Paul, when I remember that numerous times, but
Uh,
we're
okay,
always laughing our rear ends off, and everything's funny, and we're having a great time. We're going to bed, joking around, laughing, hollering because we're in different rooms.
yeah.
It's so loud in there, and in November there was nothing on. The air wasn't on, and then all of a sudden, things changed. Then you said, "Well, the house is calling me. I see a man." And then there's screaming noises, and then there's shit outside of the in the yard, a person. And I'm
And
not
they came.
saying that it
We
went from
knew.
happy to mean, but it went from happy to something.
Yeah, but we knew it was coming too. That's just it. We all felt the difference in the atmosphere of the house even before we started talking about it. And that's the part that I don't understand, nor do I even want to, for that matter.
It just happens, and
It
that's
happens just like when we were upstairs. I don't remember what we were doing. I think we were getting stuff ready for the beds or whatever, bringing stuff up, and there was a huge crash downstairs. And you said,
right,
"Did you hear that crash downstairs?" And I said, "Yeah," and it was loud. And I kept right on doing what I was doing
right, and I did too. I
because it's
almost
normal.
laughed. And said, what are we supposed to do? Go, ah,
Yeah, I
like
told. Well, Yasko would. He would be going nuts and jumping off the
That's
wall and
true. That's
everything
true.
else. But
we just seem
that's
to be
the
getting
entertainment.
so used to this.
That's the entertainment side of it, and that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not entertaining anybody until we want to argue. And most people don't realize that our arguing and our bantering is put there for a reason. For one thing, I want to fill the house with confusion. I want to fill the bad guy with, are these guys being serious the way they're arguing? Because they're just as bad as I am. And then we become friendly and start doing things
Right.
normal. And that's when the son of a bitch comes out. He does it every time. Every time.
Yeah.
And I just told him my plan so he heard me because I know he can hear me. And I know because many times, and I know I always say the house doesn't call me anymore, which it doesn't. Usually I'm home. I don't get any woohoo, woohoo, come on down.
Ah,
But I was gonna say about 20 minutes ago that I'm getting that little bit of just a little bit of a scratch, just a taste. It's not there now. And I'm not thinking about it because I could care less. And when I do feel it, I ignore it and sometimes say some pretty nasty things to it because it's not the good people. It's not the good entities. It's not the good energy at the house calling me. It's him. It's him. And I know it's him. And I
and
get
what's
chills.
that purpose? What is that purpose that
Clara, what Clara says is a challenge. They know you. They know who you are. You were there longer than anybody else. You were there longer than any of our friends. And then you continued to go back, which I did for a period. And then I didn't want to. I was, to put it lightly, I was too afraid to. Just like when Randy and me and Dave Thompson and Keith Michael and Mike Neff and all them guys went up 2 or 3 days after Clara moved. We
Right.
went to the house. We were going to camp out, and we all left within less than an hour
All you guys.
because every one of us felt the umbrella. We felt the umbrella coming down. We
All
knew
of you.
everybody did
Yeah.
because I remember Mike Neff. No, I think it was Keith. Keith was tall. He was lanky. Keith looked over at Mike Neff and said, "I think we should leave." And Mike said, I'm getting chills like a crazy person. Mike said, "Do you really think it's going to start?" And that's when Randy said, and I wish Randy we would have talked more about that night. Randy said, "We all have to leave now." And I had that same feeling that if we stay, that piano is because I kept looking at I was playing the piano actually for a while. And Clara left it, too big to move. She said, "If you want the piano, just come up and get it. It's yours." And I never did. I didn't really have a place for it. Debbie and I at the time lived in an apartment. I didn't need a damn piano. And that was 100 years old
Right.
and out of tune.
So you guys were all in the house. You weren't out in the yard.
We were in the house, yeah. We were all in the living room, just kind of sitting down. I think Mike Neff was laying down. He's always laying down. I sent him another message too. He lives in California, and I haven't
Wow.
checked to see if he got back to me. Not notifications, email. Oh, geez, I'm on the wrong page. I just went to Meta on the
Paul,
day.
when they left, did they just leave the house wide open, the doors and everything?
I don't know if they left it unlocked purposely or if they just didn't lock it or if Donna Reese came back and didn't secure it or what. I have no idea. But it was wide open. I mean, it was still intact. Nobody broke in.
Right.
We just opened the door and went in.
Wow.
We didn't even look around to see if somebody might have been in there. We just went in. No electricity, no light.
Oh, they had all that turned off?
Yeah. All we had were flashlights. And I think the most scared of all of us would I think it was Keith. I think Keith because Keith used to have a lot of weird crap happen at his trailer. And his
Yeah.
trailer was right there just before you turned to go to the house on McMahon. His trailer was right there, across from Lori's, but right at the bottom of the hill. That's where Keith's trailer was. Kind of almost in the flat land of before you start climbing the hill.
Oh, really?
And he had all kinds of crap happening there. He'd come down to Clara's and say, "Can I spend the night? I can't be in my trailer."
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think that's part of Keith's story and living where he lived. I think I don't have to think. That is part of the book I cut out to make the book shorter because my book was 1,077 pages.
Yeah.
You know how much
I thought his trailer was further up. I didn't
No.
know it was
No.
before the Dandy Road.
it
Well, that kind of supports the idea that it's the
road
land.
just before you climb the hill.
Yeah.
Not before the Dandy Road, but after the Dandy Road. Just a little after, but not quite the lorries.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll see a flat area there where you could possibly put a trailer today.
I'll have to go explore it in June.
Who's a fraud, Marcy? I'm missing out on the chat here. I'm sorry. Clara Russ told McKay, "Dogs going nuts, strange man outside. I've had a few things happen in my own house that people don't believe." Then Marcy said that was in June. Nancy said, "I think of the anniversary. You're okay." Nancy, it didn't help that he couldn't see comments.
Right.
Frustrating for you because you felt very uncomfortable with not having that interaction.
Right.
And then he's a fraud. I don't know what Marcy. Oh, Yasko, yeah. Well, he went from Randonautica to Paranormal because Randonautica was going off the charts. It wasn't as popular anymore.
Yeah. Yasko might as well wear a clown nose and baggy pants. I mean,
Well,
he's
I just watched
entertaining.
I just watched a little bit of a recent broadcast of his, and he had said, "I'm not a paranormal investigator. I'm not this. I'm not that. I just go with my stuff and go, investigate the I don't know if he said the best way he can or or whatever, but he said, "I am not a paranormal investigator," and
Right.
I thought that was interesting that he said that. I'm
Well,
like,
then I'll give him that. That's
I don't
I
know,
will too.
yeah, I don't know where
Absolutely.
that came from.
Give him credit for it though. At least
I
He's
you
don't know.
know.
entertaining. He's
Yeah.
entertaining. I don't take that away from him. He's entertaining. But you know,
Oh.
I get so many times. I can only watch so many times open their mouth like they're looking for something to eat.
Flies.
Stare at the camera and go.
Yeah.
All right,
And
guys, you keep
every
chatting.
title.
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah. All right. You
Keep
take care.
chatting though, okay? Keep up the conversation.
Have a
And
good
we'll
day tomorrow.
see you later. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
later.
Bye.
Yeah, I won't be on too awful much longer. But
So
my house is around. Now I got to get to the chat now and then so I don't miss it. My house is around 200 years old. I literally was in my bed watching TV and working on stuff or reading, my back pointing at the wall. I have had it happen when I've had a strong. I have had it happen when I've had a strong slap on my booty. Oh my!
when you're sitting on it, or you're sitting down?
She said she's had things happen in her house that people don't believe.
Yeah.
And Marcy said, "Bingo." I think she's referring to the Randonautica, the paranormal. Saw that video link, and it came after a lot of people said he was faking stuff.
Oh, Nancy, we don't pre-plan anything
No.
like these arguments or whatever. But you know, I have said from the beginning that I didn't go to paranormal investigation school, and the first time that I had gone and just did my own thing. I was talking to the entities like they were in the room with me, and I'd be using a radio or whatever, and I'd have this full blown conversation on it, taped, recorded, and everything. And I was getting so into it. When I would get back home, and people would talk to me, they were like telling me that I really like watching how you're doing this because I haven't seen it before. And I'm like, well, you might be onto something there because I don't remember anybody doing anything like what I ended up doing. And then Paul and I, when we are there, we're not, nothing's pre-planned like so many people do. And
Hang
we're
on
just,
a second.
we're just having.
I'm confused. I'm confused right now. There's two dandy houses replying to Race Dude, and they're both me. They're both operated by me. The Dandy House, Haunted Hinsdale House, is who I'm posting as, and that's the one with Mary's room. The one on YouTube, the Dandy House, is my Facebook page.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my YouTube page. So
Right.
when I type in here, watch this. This is kind of interesting. I didn't know that would happen, but I got to somehow figure out how to stop that. This is me on the Dandy House page. Hi, Cindy. Now watch the responses up there on the thing. Me on the Dandy House page. It says the Dandy House Haunted Hinsdale House because that's the name of my Facebook page.
Right.
And then down below that, the Dandy House, me on the Dandy House page, is my YouTube channel. So when I make a comment, I'm commenting not only as the Dandy House page, but as my YouTube page. And that is ridiculous. From two different accounts, even.
So do you have to change the YouTube to match the Facebook page?
I think I need to omit it somehow.
Or omit part of the Facebook title or page name?
I don't know because, if you saw what happened the other night in chat. When I post the link to the Dandy House, my YouTube channel, you saw it say Paulie Nichols coin roll hunting
Yeah, I don't know what it'll say
chat,
today.
but it doesn't do that. You know what? Let me try something here. I'm not even on my YouTube page. I don't even have YouTube open.
Oh, so you're going to be posting on Facebook? Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just going to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to the live. Oops, sorry. Ignore me echoing. I'm first of all, my YouTube channel URL is really it's screwy. It used to say just Paulie Nichols. That's okay. All right.
Right.
I'm going to post this and see if anybody in the chat can click on that link and see. Well, see what. Well, shoot, that it doesn't show the picture nor the name of the channel. It just shows that weird UC0BVALCW. It's got a random name.
Right.
So I'm going to have to change the YouTube URL to the page, but see, it shows on here in my settings that it is at the at the real Dandy House. You see me, Marcy, and it still says the Dandy House through the link. How weird! If I send that same link that I just showed you guys in Messenger, it shows Paulie Nichols coin roll hunting. YouTube's messed up with the way they're.
Well, it sounds like Messenger's behind schedule.
No, they even can't be behind that long. But I'm gonna, for the heck of it,
It's like it didn't catch up.
and I can't go to Messenger on.
The Dandy House, you have to go on.
Yeah, I got to go on as me. I can't be the Dandy House and go into Messenger because it takes me into the messages of the Dandy House.
Right.
So I'm going to go to our link. I'm going to type that same URL in right here. Let me go scroll down and see what it shows. Whoops. Oh, that's weird. It's not showing anything. Usually it does. No, it says the Dandy House now, Link.
Yeah, see that they took a while to catch up.
No, I don't think that's it because it has nothing to do with it. This still has to go to a URL. It's not going to change out the picture.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I didn't see any Paulie Nichols. That's gone now.
But if you search for the Dandy House on YouTube, you won't find the channel. My channel, you won't find. Well, first of all, it's called the Real Dandy House. So let me check that. Yeah, guys, I had to type in. I had just like on Instagram. I have an Instagram for the page now. I've got a Twitter or X for the page now. And if I type if I search for the Real Dandy House, let's see what happens. God damn it. Sorry. It comes up. It's coming up. Okay, what happens if I type in Paulie Nichols? This is going to be really interesting.
Nancy, you had to resubscribe? Wow.
Paulie Nichols. A lot of my videos from Paulie Nichols are showing up, but my channel is now showing up as the Dandy House.
But not the real Dandy House.
It's only called in the title, the name of the house, the Dandy House.
On YouTube.
I had to call it the Real Dandy House for the URL because somebody else already has the Dandy House on YouTube, just like somebody else has the URL, thedandyhouse.com. So my .com, which I'm working on right now, is the realdandyhouse.com.
Oh my God. Nancy said she had to resubscribe.
On YouTube, I'll be darned.
Yeah, that's what she said twice.
Do you have to?
I didn't look at it. When we're done, I'll try.
Yeah, when you're done, go ahead and go to look for the real Dandy House, not the Dandy House. God dang, I hate the fact that I have to do that.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you type in, okay, Kyle's messaging, man, he's showing me pictures. Yay! Whoops, come back here.
Well, somebody else sent you a picture too. Somewhere. I don't know where they sent it to.
He was never on my. She was never on my YouTube channel before, so she
Oh,
would have to subscribe. Kyle, if you type in the Dandy House, just the Dandy House, search in YouTube, you're going to get hundreds of videos and never come up with a channel. Oh my God! Wait a minute, I'm wrong. I do own. I do own. I don't know what I'm saying. I think I do own the Dandy House on YouTube. I think I made the Dandy House on YouTube about 10 years ago and I never did nothing with it.
oh wow. Well, it's
Oh
going to
my
want a
God.
password. Good luck.
Oh, that's not a problem. I know how to do everything when it comes to sneaking through YouTube.
Oh,
Thanks for that, though, Kyle, because you just see if I type in the Dandy House, one word in YouTube search, got it. No, I don't got it. Because
Oh, I
those,
don't believe a word you're saying anymore.
okay, I can't look at anymore. I'll lose my mind.
Tomorrow,
No,
when you have a pot of coffee.
it's not that, Nancy. I just screwed myself up. Okay, Kelly sent me a message too. The name of the channel is the Dandy House. The name of the URL is the real Dandy House. Ah, I looked up fast, Marcy. I'm sorry. I thought you said your YouTube name was Peppa Pig. I just looked up quick. I thought it said Peppa Pig. I'm sorry. Pepper
Pepper pig.
Strong. It's a
Never heard of one of
Peppa
those.
Peppa Pig. It's a cartoon, and you live in a box and don't know anything about anything.
I know Peppa Le Pew.
That's Pepe Le Pew, you
Oh,
dope.
well, pepper's more tasty.
Okay, welcome to the Dandy House, the real Dandy House, the indie Dandy House.
There's 75
you
of them.
from
You
the
got to
Dandy
get
House.
one name.
You watching me from the Dandy? Is that on YouTube, Cindy? I'm going to go to my page on YouTube for a second. I'm going to go to my YouTube studio. I just picked up 3 new subscribers.
I don't know how that could be.
Well, Nancy was one of them. Marcy's another one.
Oh,
And you know, I have you linked in my YouTube channel. So
no,
people
I don't
know.
know that, but I think I have you linked in mine. But if you keep changing your names, I'm going to have to keep changing my links. Well, no, I don't have you linked. I don't know how to do that. But I have your whatever it is so they can click on it and go to your page, channel, whatever it's called.
It's always a channel on YouTube.
Yeah, well, then I think I got Twitter or Instagram or whatever else you got. I think, but you have to just send me something so I could put them all on there
And Kelly subscribed. Thank you, guys.
together because I'm trying to find this stuff separately.
The channel you're going to on YouTube, the Dandy House, used to be Paulie Nichols for 5 years, and rather than making a new YouTube page and trying to get up to some 1,000 subscribers, with the way YouTube is, I mean, there's just too much
Horrible.
competition out there. But what I can't understand is if I built the Dandy House page on YouTube now, and I got 1,434 subscribers. Um, these other channels like Project Fear, Yasko, Really Haunted, all the different channels, individual or group, they've got tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands.
Of subscribers.
Yeah, and I'll never get there.
I won't either.
Maybe I should start making a bunch of shit up on YouTube, make it all fake, and I'll get more subscribers. It's more interesting.
Yeah, to lie to people. Yeah, that's what that's what these kids want. They
I'm,
just
I'm
want to be entertained. They don't care about the facts.
I don't want to lie about nothing ever.
Well, the way the world's going is the facts, they don't exist anymore. And I think it all started with politicians.
And I think on I don't know who I am on Instagram. I think I'm the real Dandy House. I stuck the first ride drive to the house with you pointing a gun at me short on here too.
And what happened? Did we get arrested?
I'm just telling you, I put it on there. Why would I get arrested? Why? Where's your head sometimes?
Well, they don't like those kinds of things.
And
Can't-
where's that? Where's that they don't like them kinds of things?
You know, when I'm watching YouTubes, there's certain words that they will not say, and you can't show this and you can't show that.
Can one of you guys go to Instagram and tell me what the my page of my name of my page is? The real dandy house dot house.
God,
real-
house.
The real dandy page.
The real dandy page.
Fuck.
Fuck.
The real dandy house on Instagram.
All one word?
Yes, they always are one word.
Okay, I don't know that. I'm practicing.
I mean, the
gospel.
URL is always one word. Yeah.
I don't know the difference between the URL. You're talking so far over my head. I don't know a URL from a page from a.
URL is the address. That's the address that you type in. HTTP blah 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 blah. But you don't need to type HTTP in ever. You don't need to type that in. You just type in the name of a channel and it will come up.
It should, yeah.
Whether you put one word or 12 words. That's all right, Robert. I never had it either. Hi, Sharon. It's like the game of telephone. You start out with a real story and end up with a completely different story at the end. You're very, very right.
Right. And all we're doing here is making sure that we're trying to get everything that what happened when Clara was there, at least, corrected from the years of incorrect information.
So now I'm following Kelly and I'm following Pepper Strong on Instagram. And I got 3 new followers down here too that I don't know. Wow, this just looks like one of those girls that likes to follow everybody and then say, hey, I've got some really nice pictures of me.
Oh,
Not
brother.
this. I get them all the time and I just delete them. I just ignore
Yeah, I
them.
get them all the time too. I don't know who they are, where they. I think it's spam.
Yeah, that's what I just said. It's girls that just like to go out and show their.
Well, you didn't say the word spam. I said it.
It's the same thing. People that like to go out and shoot their business out there. And who just sent me a message, Kelly?
Well, I think spam is computer generated and didn't involve a human. I think
a lot of it is, but a lot of them are people.
Oh,
I get so many messages in. Okay, Kelly, where is she? There she is. Okay, you found the page.
she did find it. Thank God.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of bots. I got a program to create my own bots, Cindy.
Oh, brother.
But I don't know what the point of it is. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
I
do
don't
it.
know.
You can do it if you're mining for Bitcoin and stuff. You can get bots to run your computer for you. I just let my computer one night go to town and let it run all night long, and that CP or the graphics card was just working overtime. Plus, I had my graphics card overclocked, so it would go faster. And I made 13.13 of a, I don't know how much. I didn't make anything on Bitcoin. You got to sit there with about a server with about 12 ports to make a tenth of a Bitcoin a week. Words, smoking, drinking.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know what she's saying. Oh, that's Marcy. All right, see, I got Marcy up here and I got Pepper down there, and it's the same person. Now I know who I'm talking to when I see you. I know, Nancy, you do have Instagram, and I still have a profile uh, follow request to you, and you big dum dum, you haven't accepted it yet. That's been 3 days.
Oh my God.
She's behind.
What's it coming to?
Nah, she got stuck in her sleeping bag.
Yeah, that's true. From China. Because some boy in China put it together.
I don't really particularly like Instagram, but because I only did it and got the business account because it's connected to Facebook. And when I type on Instagram, it throws it over on my Facebook account.
Oh,
Fangirls, boys, they see a person. Yeah, yeah. They say a person on Facebook or Instagram and follow them so they can say they're friends.
isn't that sweet? They never even met.
The majority of my friends on Facebook, and I don't even know how many friends I have on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not even sure anymore. 4.5 thousand followers. Um, Probably, I estimate about 600 are the same Bonaventure students when I owned the cab company. And then there's 200 and some are paranormal enthusiasts, maybe a little more than that. Because I have all of my friends within lists. I've got Bona students, I've got paranormal interest, I've got blog talk radio, then I've got close friends, relatives, acquaintances, and I go through my Facebook friends list every, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, and just delete a bunch of them, lots of them. Last time I did it, I deleted almost 1,000 people,
Oh my
but now I'm
God.
back up to 404.5 thousand followers. Yeah, because people they see you and they see that you're okay. I was involved with the house, so and they're interested in paranormal, so they come in and they want to friend me because I'm friends with 20 of their friends that are interested in paranormal,
Right.
and it snowballs, and I never hear from them again. So I get rid of them. You
Yeah.
want to be my friend? Interact with me, or
Right.
go out the back door.
Right. And then make room for other people, and maybe somebody of the new people you'll be real good friends with.
If anyone is willing to help me and follow my business account, I'd appreciate it. Uh, put I don't know. Can people put links in chat?
I don't know.
I don't think so. So I will. Let me go to Kelly's page, and I will put this here. Put it there. This is one thing I've always asked people to do. Is just like in YouTube, follow each other. Used to
Oh,
be
right.
in YouTube, you used to be able to click on the three dots and then go to that person's channel and follow them.
Right.
That's how you share each other, and you build your channel, you make new friends and all that, and then after a week you never hear from them anyhow. So what's the difference?
Oh.
See, I just put that in the chat twice. One says me, and one says my YouTube page, which I'm not even paying attention to. So I'll go to my YouTube page and see if I can't post from there and see if it comes in this chat twice. Where's our live? Oh, turn it off. Shh. Okay, I'm posting on YouTube now. Kelly's. There's me posting from. So see, I need to only type. Oh no, yeah, because I'm posting in StreamYard. I'm not on the Facebook page, nor am I on YouTube. I'm posting in StreamYard. That's why it's going to both.
Oh,
Can you guys see one another? Kelly, can you see Nancy typing? And Nancy, can you see Kelly in chat? Because you're both on different mediums. There's a question I want to know about. Because if they can't, then I'm going back to Restream.
yeah. Yeah.
Can either of you guys? Okay, Nancy can see Kelly. Nancy's on Facebook. Well, wait, no, Nancy is a no. You're both on Facebook. I lied. Can anybody? Well, one of you guys, Nancy, since you're on my, Marcy said on YouTube. Now I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. One of you guys, one of you guys, go to YouTube and see. I already know you can't
You can't see
because
Facebook.
on YouTube, none of the Facebook chats are going to YouTube.
Right.
But are any of YouTube chats going to Facebook?
Very interesting questions. I remember Angel had that problem. She had to look at two different accounts to see
Yeah,
because
she had TikTok and she had YouTube. Yep.
oh, TikTok. Okay.
So if I go, let me go to the Dandy House page here, and there's the chat. What is this noise over here? Get out of there with it. Why is the chat open and I can't close it?
I
There.
hate that.
Okay, here's the Dandy House chat, and I'm gonna put Kelly's thing in here,
Mm-hmm.
and there it is. There, that's me. Now it's me. Now it's me. Now I'm there. Now Paul Kenyon's typing.
Oh my God. Now we got another name. Wow.
And Marcy just said hello on YouTube. We can see it in StreamYard, but nobody in Facebook can see her talking. Hi, Amanda.
Yeah, because when Jonathan was typing something, I couldn't see his messages on whatever I was on.
Well, you have to be because you don't have a chat box where you can watch Restream. You just have to stay in Restream because you're going to see everything.
Oh.
Because Restream is running the stream.
Oh.
So if I was connected right now to 7 places, say Venmo, not Venmo, how do you go on Venmo? Any 7 places that is uh, social media, and they chat, we're going to see them all. They aren't. But on Restream, from what I understand, they can interact with one another's chat.
Oh.
So StreamYard hasn't gotten old enough to do that. They aren't up there.
Yeah.
Unless I'm doing something wrong, and I don't think I am.
Yeah, you might want to try Restream if you could handle Restream.
Yeah, I used to stream to 5 places a night on Restream.
Oh wow. I mean, and handle all of that. All that stuff.
It's not hard to handle. You just watch the chat like I do here when I'm using Restream. I don't go to the pages.
Oh, so you don't have to do all that
Everything
work.
I see everything contained right within Restream or StreamYard.
And it's automatic.
But these people don't see one another, which is
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Right.
Because if let's say Marcy she's on Facebook, and let's say Amanda is on YouTube, and let's say Kelly is on Instagram, and they all want to talk to one another, they all have to get to the same place. They all have to get on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. It sucks. It's
Right.
horrible.
Because when you use StreamYard, it doesn't show all this stuff for them. But you could see it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you're using the medium software to
Yeah.
be able to.
But
Now,
you.
see, these guys are following each other, which I appreciate. It's always good to.
Oh yeah.
And
And
then
then I mean later on, if they just don't have anything in common, that's another story. But
and make sure you always you hit the bell, the subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get all notifications. I don't
right.
know what I'm getting a feedback on voice too.
I don't know.
Shouldn't be you because you only have one thing open. Your phone is stopped. It stopped.
No, I don't know.
Well,
That's
see,
weird.
yeah, when you put it on that side of your body, you must be electrified over here.
Yeah, that's it. I knew it. I've been told that for years. Well, I can go back. I can go next to a walk through metal detector. I can go next to it and put my hand in it, and I don't have a ring. I have nothing on, and it goes off the metal.
tell me, tell me who you guys. Tell me who this reminds you of. It reminds me of somebody. I think it might be a cartoon.
It's the guy in Home Alone. He's shoveling snow next door to the little boy, and the little boy comes out and goes, "Ah!" That's who it reminds me of.
His beard wasn't fluffy and thick like that.
I don't know. It's all revolting, and it was scary, and yuck. Yeah, that's who that reminds me of. So
I'm
now
trying.
I was straight with you. So
That's the first time too, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Shit. You want to roll of? See what it is. You want a roll of 1961 uncirculated pennies?
Wow. No, but you should sell that.
They're all going.
Yeah, starting tomorrow, you're going to put up 35 of them.
I think.
Oh. Okay.
I suppose we should anyhow. It's
Yeah, I
2
gotta
hours.
go to bed because I gotta be up tomorrow, just not as early as normal.
You're working from home. Nancy asked you earlier.
What?
How do you protect? How do you protect prisoners at a prison when you're home working?
I don't protect.
He doesn't protect anyhow.
Right.
He
I run the
commands.
facility, not the. I don't run people. I run the facility.
Yeah.
It's different. I run the building and all of the infrastructure so that the people are safe.
But you're upstairs already.
I'm going. I'm tired. I'm walking upstairs. You're right.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I knew that, Nancy.
What?
She was being sarcastic, but
Oh.
I asked him the same types of things. How can
Yeah,
you
he's
work?
always harassing me.
How can the prison run if you're sitting at home?
How does it run if I'm sitting in my office?
That's another question. What am I seeing behind you? It looks like a galley. Oh, it is a galley. I like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. So what do I have to do here? Go like this? Anyway. Yeah, so I have to go to bed.
You live in
Again.
that big, huge house, and you have 1965 door handles on your cupboard.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I remember those. Your house isn't that old. What is it like?
No, it is. That's when it was made.
Real? Oh, in
60,
the
I
60s?
think it was 67.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you could be old and keep yourself up. Just because you're old doesn't mean you have to be dirty. Just because you're
No,
old, I mean you can't have new paint and new windows.
no, I know that. I don't know. For some reason, after seeing a picture of your house, I thought it was from like the
Yeah, newer. Right.
1990s or even
Yeah,
2000.
I keep it up. You got to
Yeah,
keep up.
I read about that, Kelly. I heard about the arsonist.
There's an arsonist around.
Yeah, it's just some nut job. He'll get caught and he'll go to jail for about 10 minutes. They'll let him out on his own recognizance, and he'll never appear. That's the New York State law now. You don't get in trouble for doing nothing.
It sounds that way everywhere, though.
It is. It's getting that way everywhere. It's horrible. You
Yeah.
know what bothers me more is that we've got so many homeless veterans, so many families hurting, and we're giving $10,000 Visa cards to the illegal immigrants. That's
What's
what's
that all
bothering.
about?
What's that all about? Go
Yeah.
ask the
That all.
old bull. Go ask the old bowl of oatmeal in the White House what he's doing.
I heard that oatmeal was for horses and it was never intended for humans because it does nothing for us.
It's good flavor. It's good.
That's what they tell us, but the truth is no, it's not. No, we'll
I
have
say
to.
that.
We can do a live about that. We can do all this research.
Well, yeah, we ought to because there's so many things. Because uh, corn, corn used to be one of the greatest things in the world. Now a lot of scientists just say, "I won't eat it. There's no way in hell I'll eat corn." First of all, it
Corn
doesn't give you anything. It doesn't do anything for you, and it doesn't. You could put it right back together if you wanted to.
radishes don't do anything for you, but my mom used to eat radish sandwiches when they were hungry.
Yeah, my dad did too. He
Yep.
used to eat an onion like an apple. My
Oh
dad
God,
was
no.
a freak.
Yeah, obviously, you took after him. So
I don't eat onions like apples.
no, you might not take after that specific, character trait, but yeah. So
And corn on the cob tastes good, and it does.
yes,
It
duck
does.
with butter and salt.
Oh God, yes.
Hmm.
But it doesn't do anything for you. And some of that corn gets caught, and it gets caught for years sometimes,
Yeah,
and then you develop polyps.
yeah, and then you have to go in for those rude away. Yes, absolutely. Hey, did Kim show up tonight?
Who?
Kim.
I haven't seen her since. She has been kind of scarce lately.
MIA, yes. Well, she could be busy doing all these investigations.
Yeah. Well, she's got a new grandbaby too. Remember that?
Oh, oh, then that's what she's doing. She ain't doing no
I
investigating.
forgot about that. Yeah, she's got a new grandbaby.
Well, then I don't know how she could bring anybody with her.
And 4 colonoscopies. Ugh.
Yeah, I've had 4 in my life, maybe 6.
Well, I'm sure. I just got a message in Messenger that was kind of shocking.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it was I guess good shocking.
Oh,
You're 36. You're a baby. You're still a
yep,
baby. No,
a little baby.
when she's on her stomach or her side, she gets slapped on the butt.
Oh, not when she's sitting down, right? Because that one guy in the closet, in Clara's closet, said he got his ass grabbed when he was sitting down in the closet.
Oh, the prepping is horrible, Cindy. That's why I won't have one. I told my doctor, I said, when you can give me something that I don't have to drink 6.5 gallons of nasty tasting something, I'll do it again. Because I had one My only one I've ever had was 20 years ago, and that, oh God, 22 years ago.
We're gonna take you to the walk-in, and you're gonna get it.
And I had 3 polyps removed. So, he was really very, what are we talking about this for?
I don't know. We're gonna go to the walk-in clinic, and they're gonna do one for you without all that stuff.
Oh,
Because they just blow you up with air. They can go around any obstacles.
no, they can't, because I know, I won't get into
Whatever.
that. I won't get into that live, but no, you
Okay.
can't.
Yeah,
I
we'll
got,
talk about that tomorrow while I'm working.
yeah, because I brought up corn. Okay, we're going to get out of here. It's been 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I got to be quiet now.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
guys,
I had a great time, and I'm happy everyone showed.
oh, absolutely. It was a great, great time just chit chatting instead of, we kind of
Right.
covered a little bit of everything. Maybe tomorrow we can cover, I don't know, maybe cars, aliens, and
Yeah, and what they have to do with the paranormal, because
folding
Clara had one
clothes.
over her house.
Folding clothes. We'll talk about that because I have 2 loads to fold.
Yeah, I got clothes to fold.
All right, you guys. Good night. Thank you
All
for
right.
being here.
All right. Bye-bye.
See y'all later. Goodbye. If you need anything, send me a message. Bye.